I don't know why it mutes there. Super weird. Can't tell if the music's too loud or not. Probably is. I have it set up so it's a little bit more directional this morning, but I am ready to go. So we'll keep it there. All right. Good morning. Hey, I'm Dale. No messing around. Video board. Teehee. And we're going to be finishing up the bases today. We started with 3 bases on this series. Quickly learned that was way too many for this series. So I'll have some additional thoughts on my video newsletter later today, but we are here. So yesterday we finished adding the vining along the pool, and it looks okay. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not. It's not 100%. It looks better in person than it does on camera. But look at that water. Oh, turned out great. Anyway, without further ado, we will be adding this little bush. Right, we're going to detail that up, and then we're going to be adding some mossing and probably a couple of grass clumps that I made myself. And I will show a video on that. I have 2 other videos I'm going to try to get out today, and some of them, one of them is going to be a new materials, because for the first time in a long time, I was able to go and get just a few materials. Nothing, it's really nothing major, but it's fun. So I'll be showing you guys that, and then I have my video newsletter coming out, and then this one. So I'm hoping to get through 3 videos today. I will release this and the newsletter today, obviously. But the new materials video, I may stave off for a couple of days. I'm really experimenting with scheduling. So I just have some, sorry, I kind of doing and talking about other things. We got some of this apple orchard green and folk art. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to fat up some paint on one side of the brush. And then I'm just going to dab it on the bush. Right? I'll try to do this a little closer. Okay, see? That's all I'm doing. And that is all the detail that this bush is going to need. It's not going to need anything else. I don't really know how to refocus the camera or anything yet. I don't even know that you can. But you can add a lot of detail just by doing this little dabble. And what started out as a cool little foam piece is now a 2-toned, relatively detailed bush. Anybody? I usually end up with a Sam for a few minutes. Hopefully he sticks around. Could use some interaction on some of these. So I'm going to set this to the side to dry for a minute. It's not going to take long. I've got a picture of my setup that I'm actually going to release, I think, with this video. Because I just think it's kind of funny how I've got sort of all this set up around me. Like I've got about 10, 12 things sitting over here for me to grab at. And then I've got like my tools, obviously right here. But back here is like where my mouse is. And I need a little bit more space. But I will work on that as we go. Tweezers for this. Oh, perfect. Did not forget them inside. So I've got sort of this medium green mossing that I'll be using. I'm not going to put a ton of it on because I don't think it needs a lot. But my rule of 3 dictates that I need another flocking. So, like I said, I'm not going to do a ton. And I'll do it the same. Oh, wait. I haven't released the time-lapse video yet. that one's going to be fun. I don't know, because I've got to do something publicly. I have to find or pick one of the formats to make sort of a public display so that I can draw people into the Patreon. And I don't know if I want that to be the time lapse or not yet. They are super fun. They're frenetic. They're really just good videos. Well, at least the one that I've done so far, because I can do all of the steps pretty quickly. Instead of waiting to do and setting up for an entire live stream, I can do those pretty simply. And right now, all I'm doing is just putting a few pads of glue down to kind of get a good idea of where I want this mossing. The mossing, I do sometimes try to stick to only doing it on one side, but in all honesty, for the most part, I don't. Because I know moss only grows in our reality on, the north side of whatever, for the most part, right? Like, there's obvious exceptions, but for the most part, except for this moss that I got off my tree out front, it's on every side all the time. Pretty sure that's because the tree's dying, but we'll see. So I'm going to not throw brushes all over the place today. False. Apparently I am going to be. All right, so I've got a brush. It's a little bit stiffer, a little bit shorter, just to get this glue kind of spread. I don't really need to spread it very much. I just don't like the bubble out. So I'm keeping it relatively local, right? You can see I'm just flattening out some of the bubble that the glue leaves there, because I'll get enough from the moss itself. This one's going to be hard to see just because it's tucked in, but all right, and I'm getting one real close to the water here, which is going to be fun because I'll cross over the other flockings and the purple pieces. So is the music a decent addition to these? I didn't want just dead airspace. So the NCS on YouTube has been pretty cool for all of that. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm taking some of that medium green. Oh man, I have to try to zoom this in at some point. And then all I'm doing is just tapping it into the glue. And then I can tap some off, but what I'll likely have to do is wait for some of the glue to dry and then just lightly brush away. So that it doesn't fall off naturally, then it's stuck to something that's stuck, and that usually ends up just pulling the whole thing out. So now the one thing I like about mixing flockings, the foam, sawdust, sand, is I get my laws of three really easily that way, just by using multiples. If you're not familiar with it's not really a law, more just a guideline of three. Serves two purposes. Three is an odd number, and I think that odd numbers look better on these miniatures because there isn't enough room to spread out an even number. I think it just ends up looking better if you use odd numbers of things. So like on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've put 5 patches of moss. There's only one. The vines, there's no way to really regulate vines. But yeah, if I have a choice to make between an even number of something or an odd number of something, I'll almost always go odd. Like I said, because personal research preference, whatever you want to call it, I found that just odd numbers look more interesting. I don't know if it's, I don't know why. I think because you can end up with more possibilities that way-ish, in a way. So I don't know how well you can tell, but there's, mossing here, in through here, down on the inside of the pool there. It's turning out really well so far. I'm thrilled with it. I might actually add some more. Just to get, obviously I have to add 2 more patches because it has to be an odd number. But, as I place more and more, I get closer and closer to being done with this series, ladies and gentlemen. And this has been a short one, which is good because I've needed to learn all of the pieces. Everything, starting the live stream, getting ready for it in the morning. I've learned a lot, and I've only done a few of these live streams. So now I do understand that at least early on, I'm using these live streams as more of a video platform format, which I may continue to do as a separate. So if I'm doing just little videos, I might just do them as a live stream and then pop them on as a video. I don't know. I don't know. It's so much. So how's everybody preparing for the 4th this year? Luckily, we still get to do fireworks where we live, which is funny because right across the street, maybe 600 feet that way, right? Maybe 1,000 feet that way, no fireworks, 0, none, not allowed. It's funny. City limits, 0 fireworks. We are about 1,000 feet away from the city limit, at least for now. We all know how these things can change overnight. All of a sudden, we're in city limits. Okay, so I do want to add a couple more because I got greedy. So I want one there. And I think I want one just here. Just a baby. Yeah. Like a fool, I did not bring paper towels. But like a genius, I left some out here from yesterday. And for anybody who is wondering and or questioning, I probably will not live stream every day. I do have an actual job that I am having to go to every week. So that does limit me a bit. One day maybe I'll get enough on here to not have to worry about that as much. So I'm just adding a little bit more to the water because I liked how that turned out. But again, I am poking at it and flattening out the hump because even though I can figure that out with the moss on there, I'd rather just not. Those grass clumps, I do love them. Ugh, every time I look at them, though, they just look a little fake. Can't brush on my mouse again. Happens. Although this time it's a glue brush. These are my favorite mossing tweezers. Not that that means anything anywhere. Because I can grab and put on. It looks like I am going to have to wait until this dries and then sort of deburr it. I don't know how else to really put that. Because, yeah, it's... Again, you know, I try to save materials where I can. All right, chat. So, seeing as you're made up of nobody right now, but mostly dark gnome tier. Okay, so that is my medium mossing done. Right, I got 7 spots on there, so I've kept my law. Right, I need to move that over somehow, but I don't really know which way to do it. It's gonna have to go. Hold, please. Man, I'm glad. Glad nobody can actually see my garage right now. It's not great. We got flooring, we got just everything in the way. But there's that. So now what I want to do is get that little bush on there. It's dry, right? The two-tone turned out amazing, even after dried. Sometimes you get colors that are a little too close together, and when it dries, they just disappear. So you got to be a little less subtle on your two-tone with that. Boop. Downfall of a live stream. Well, downfall of trying to be a clean workspace on a live stream. Let's put it that way. So, again, just some olive or medium green mossing, whatever you want to call that. So this is going to be a pain and a little loud. So I apologize in advance. I like doing them on sticks like that because then it gives a little bit more stability to everything. Well, I'm going to have to add berries or something to this for sure. Yeah. I'm going to put a lot of glue. I'm going to use flocking at the bottom. So I'll make this squeeze out, and then I'll use flocking. Yeah, might have to deal with that, but it looks good. It's stupid. It's dumb, but I love it. Yeah, I got all of my flockings over there. It's funny. Probably end stream just a little bit quicker because, well, not gonna lie, won't need to do too much more. Again, all I'm doing here is the glue that I allowed to smash out. I am just covering with flocking. It gives it a little bit more of a finished look. You don't see glue Ooking. Ooking? Ooking. I like ooking. No glue ooking. That'll be a thing. One day when I do merch, that'll be a thing. So, I mean, this is why I've been doing the time-lapse videos on these, because each step takes not much on a singular one. And so this is why I'm trying to do the time-lapse videos, because I could have done this that way. A, it would have gotten done faster. And B, I think it's more entertaining of a format for these little guys. I can't wait to get pictures done so that you can see the actual difference in quality. And once everything dries, so like I can see that this is a little fat, right? So I let this get tacky for a couple minutes and then I'll start tapping them down. But again, look at that water. And yes, I have an ultra bright light in my garage, but that is just, oh, there's the light. Found it. There was one way I was holding this earlier where it just looked amazing. I think the bush is in the way now. Anyway, green crystal, blue water. You saw how I built it, right? Not that bad. So the fire one is done. The stacking pools, again, I finished in a different format, which I'll be releasing this week. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be releasing it immediately or waiting for my brain to figure out if it wants to do it publicly or what, which that may take a while. Oh, crap. All right. Sorry. I touched it and then I had to touch it again. Yeah. Once this all dries, I'll be able to defluff everything and it'll look better. There we go. And the only reason I'm still hanging out is fun. I might have to schedule like a full morning for a live stream so that I can get people in from a public space. We'll see. I don't know. Might be fun. Might be terrible. Might be fun. Okay, so that wraps up this live stream series for my scattered terrain bases. Again, stacking pools, different format. Fire base finished yesterday. Nature base finished right now. Glue's got to dry. I got to defluff it a little bit. There's a chance I may add some little bitty flowers, but I would put that somewhere. I don't know. Probably not as a video. But anyway, thanks for watching. Happy gnoming, and I hope to see you all around the community. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and always enjoy what you do.